So tennis star Naomi Osaka. Now she's been speaking up a lot about what's happening, with the different protests, George Floyd, and rightfully so. Now Naomi Osaka, she has a Japanese mother and her father's Haitian. So no matter what her mother is, it don't matter how she look, at the end of the day, they're going to still call her an exotic black person. That's usually how they will call her, right? They're not going to call her no Asian, even though she is half, Japanese. So as she's been speaking up, a lot of people, and we know who these people are, have been criticizing her, saying that she shouldn't address racial issues. She has a Haitian black father. She is black. Why wouldn't she address black issues? Why? Now, we know what folks are telling her not to address that, right? Because, see, you could be a sports star who's black. You could be an actor, actress, whoever. They just want you to basically do, like Laura Ingraham said, shut up and dribble, shut up and hit a tennis ball, shut up and throw a football. Well, let me back up. If you're black. Now, if you're white like Drew Brees, well, and then you're a person with an opinion, right? But that's really how they think. So they were saying that, of course, she used to be a dual citizen, but she gave up her American citizenship last fall and to have a Japanese citizenship solely. I mean, she gave it up. I wouldn't have gave it up, but Naomi Osaka decided to give it up for whatever the reason she decided to. I mean, let's look at the situation. Is it really a good situation to be here in the U.S.? Yes, there's a lot of pros to be here in the U.S. Yes, a lot of pros, but the cons at times outweighs the pros. You know what I'm saying? So maybe Naomi Osaka said, look, man, I tried myself in Japan. Just me personally, just not to go through all the crap you have to go through to get into the country. I probably would have kept my U.S. citizenship and seen if I could have got a residency in Japan. And she's famous now, so I'm pretty sure the Japanese government wouldn't have had no issue with her getting a residency so she can come, go in and out the country as she would like to without worrying about a visa in Japan. Even permanent residency, I know she could have got it. I know she could have. But, that's her decision. I wouldn't have made that decision. But, that's her, right? So, but she's still speaking up. Even though she said, I gave up that U.S. citizenship, y'all can have it. I got a Japanese citizenship, so I'm Japanese completely by nationality, but I'm still black, right? She's still been speaking up because she is aware. Now, it say in one of her tweets, it say Naomi Osaka has said she's baffled how some could be angered by stolen items and not a stolen life. Now, people talk about, the looting, etc., right? And most of these businesses got business insurance. And we saw the people doing the looting, and definitely we saw in Minneapolis, wasn't even a lot of people that look like me. So she said when you tweet about the lootings before you tweet about the death of an unarmed black man, she put clown emojis. Then she said, I see people being ghosted on Twitter for a week when the events first started unfolding, but as soon as the looting started, they are sure to quick to give us hourly updates on how they're feeling once again. Well, in this country, black people's life don't matter. That's why they say Black Lives Matter. And also, why I'm addressing that, I'm seeing the tricks they're trying to do to inject to break up black people. They're trying to inject the same old crap they did before. You guys got to stop falling for this. I see some people hashtagging all Black Lives Matter. Listen, if you are black, it covers whatever you are. It covers you. You're black. I'm black. You're part of Black Lives Matter. We're not going to play that separation game where you're separating yourself based off of what you do in your bedroom and how you label yourself. We're not separating like that. Are you black? That's all that matters at the end of the day. That includes you. I'm not even playing that game. But she accused, a lot of people staying quiet about the call for racial justice outside of posting a square on the social media for Blackout Tuesday. It's, about the day where people were doing it on Instagram, right? So he said, I'm torn between roasting people for only posting the black square the entire week or accepting that they could have posted nothing at all. So I should deal with the bare minimum breadcrumb they have given. And she tweeted that. She said those who appropriate black culture weren't safe either because in late May, she wrote, it's funny to me is that the people who want to wear chains, blast hip hop in the gym, attempt to get dapped up and talk in slang are suddenly quiet right now. Now, Naomi's right because the one person I was looking for to talk, she made a statement, but where was Kim Kardashian? Where was Kylie Jenner? Where were they at? I'm talking about you should be the most outspoken people out there. Now, there was a picture I saw, and this woman has said basically, if you, how did she put it? If you have black, penis in your mouth, well, you shouldn't be silenced about black issues. Well, them Jenners and Kardashians, that's for the -1. That's all they have, okay, in their mouth is that, right? But why are they the most vocal? See, and I'm glad that's starting to be called out. They should be called out. You want to always press yourself up against a brother, but when brothers get killed, you the most famous one. Now, I'm not saying I ain't seen signs where you have them out there, saying they out there because they care or whatever about black men. I'm not even focused on that. I'm talking about the Kardashians, because everything they have, they wrote it on the backs of some black man. Let's call it what it is. It ain't nothing the Kardashians have done that shows they're talented. I say, oh yeah, Kim's talented. Wow, Khloe's talented. Nobody is talented. They played a certain game. They got what they got off of the backs of black men, and they still doing it now. You know what I'm saying? Remove them brothers. Well, they got their money now, so it don't matter at this point, right? And they just secured their bags with black men. All of them that had some kids with the child support system. So, once again, they just benefiting off of black men. Now, she also came out and says, sorry, one can be a good person, completely be in agreement with you about the murder of George, yet not mention him every time in the last few days or reference. He says, does everyone have to see things exactly as the youth today? Express it to your satisfaction to be PC. So, they were one person. They also called her the word terrorist. Now, how is the woman terrorist for calling out issues that's going on right now in society, which would affect her? Now, she could say, and this is a good thing, she could say, hey, I gave up the American citizenship. That's not my problem. I'm in Japan. I'm not dealing with that issue. She could have said that, but she's not saying that. And I have a lot of respect for her for speaking up, for saying, wait a minute, I'm part of, the black community. I'm not going to be quiet about this. So, them folks had tweeted to her, Naomi Osaka does not seem to be the pride of Japan. It said, this is my own personal view after all, but I recognize her as a terrorist. He said, in the future, I do not want her to get involved in tennis, a sport played by gentlemen. That's what they said to her, right? Another say, she did say, I hate when random people say athletes shouldn't get involved in politics and just entertain. He said, first, it's a human rights issue. Second, what gives you more of the right to speak than me? He said, by that logic, if you work at IKEA, you're only allowed to talk about, the items they sell there, right? So a lot of people encourage her to keep speaking up, and she would say she's going to continue using her platform, and that's good. That is good. I know Don Lemon was talking about that, and then, Dave Chappelle responded saying, well, do you really want to hear someone like Ja Rule speak? Let the kids speak on the street. And that's the way he feels. And some people may have that attitude, but then I also get the other side of that argument. Say, wait a minute, you got millions of people following you. You could say a little something about it. Not to say you got to be the champion and leading the march, but hey, say, I see this issue. I support what's going on. Hey, man, get your freedom, that sort of thing. That's more so what it is, because we all have a responsibility, no matter the size of our platform. I mean, I don't have the size of the platform as Naomi Osaka on Twitter or nothing like that, but I have a small platform, right? Small. So the little small platform that I have, I want to tell people as much as possible, right? About what's going on. But shout out to Naomi Osaka. I got, more respect for her. And I've also seen her in the past correct people real quick about her being black. She'll tell you that in a minute. So I got a lot of respect for that young woman. She definitely riding on that Haitian lineage that stood up to the folks. But, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about Naomi Osaka and, her, taking a stand and using her platform. I mean, that's something that's great that she's doing.